Hello, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Just like last year, I'm going to be doing my requests that were my biggest requests of the year, both in the comment section and in my Patreon or PayPal as well. And this is going to be one of those. This is Final Fantasy IX, Dark Messenger, aka Evil Messenger, aka the Dark Eternity. I don't know, I have so many names, probably translations. This has been requested for a long time, and fun fact, I've only done FF9 one time, and that was Vamos Allá Flamenco, which I loved. I've only heard one song from this entire game. But I'm going to ask you a favor to please not spoil anything. I don't know, a lot of people don't even see this, so they might not even, they'll still do it anyways. But there's a high chance, pretty high chance I may play this game in the future if the demand is high enough and if I have time. So from what I know, this song is a boss battle between the main antagonist. I don't know if it's the final boss battle. I don't know. Either way, the Dark Messenger from FF9, Nobuo Matsu. Kind of nervous. Happy holidays. Let's go. Oh, by the way, this is requested by El Shori Pang, Patrick, and CC the Reese. Thank you so much. Let's go. The first thing that came to mind is like, like vampire or something. Oh. I've never heard the organ with percussion like that. Oh man. Boom, 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 boom. That's Nobuo Matsu. Kind of reminds me of Maybe I'm a Lion a little bit. There has to be a Black Mages version of this. Oh man, it does sound evil as hell though. When I hear like slow rock like this, and then he picks it up. Hold on, hold that thought. Oh yeah. Is it gonna be drum fill, keyboard, drum fill, keyboard? Oh, I see. It's one of those songs. One of those classic songs. Oh, oh man. This little breakdown is so... I love that bass too. Oh, it's already over. It sounds like Black Sabbath. Holy Prague. Dude, I want to hear that again. That was so short. There has to be a Black Mages version of that. It sounded like a Black Mages song already. Okay, well, first song I hear in this little Christmas special. So we're off to a fantastic start. You know, with these big requests, I get nervous, you know? Like, oh, how can you be nervous? Just a VGM, what are you talking about? You have to put it through my perspective, you know, like months and months and months to a year plus of people saying the same thing over and over and over, and then you finally get to it. You know, it's just like, you know, what's going on? Like, what is the hype? You wanna feel part of it, but you can't just quite yet. So that's kind of where I'm at. I just dropped my phone. This had so much Nobuo Matsu like written all over it. If I didn't know who he was, I still would have enjoyed it. But the fact that I kind of know his sound a little bit, I was like, yeah, this guy had fun. You could tell he was just ripping it up. And I think this song, some of 10 and some of 8 are some of like where he kind of went really proggy. Like he really like cranked it up. And when I think of prog, I think of like many things, but I always think of like Dream Theater first, or Deep Purple, which I'm pretty sure he's a fan of. Sounds like it quite a bit. Every time you hear those like little like running organ solos or something like that. Yeah, he was having fun with this one. And I've heard through the grapevine, I haven't done any research on this, go figure, I never do. But the community kind of seems to regurgitate that this is his favorite soundtrack. I don't know if that's true, if you guys can find like a source. If he actually said those words out of his mouth, then I would love to see that. But that's a big statement, you know, to out of all your catalog to have one game be your favorite. I don't know, you know what I mean? With the FF community, it thinks it can get convoluted and hearsay and whatever. I just want to know if that's an actual fact, because that makes me that much more excited to hear more of the soundtrack. Not that it's already not good. Anyway, speaking of the other Final Fantasies, I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but this actually reminded me of other FF games. Go figure. But it reminded me of 10. It reminded me a lot of 8. A lot of 8. It reminded me a lot of maybe I'm a Lion. It kind of had this sort of like somewhat, you know, slow hard rock feel, and that one is like da 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 da. This one's kind of like the same kind of chords at the beginning, but then it changes it up. And then it also reminded me of the Extreme, because halfway through the song it goes into this little like creepy just interlude and just like do 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 do, you know. So it has all these kind of like mixed, wacky feelings all over the place, and it makes now that I've heard it, now I kind of think it may be a final boss, because all I know is that it's a boss battle against the main antagonist, which doesn't necessarily mean the final boss, you know. So yeah, the first thing I got, the very first impression that went through my head as soon as I heard it was like vampiric. I don't know what the boss looks like. I haven't seen like any footage of FF9 at all. The only characters besides that, yeah, that's the only character I know. That one right there, the short one with the hat. That is pretty much all I know about FF9. Never seen footage. I don't know what the characters look like. I don't know what the boss looks like. I don't know what this boss's name is. But apparently they're evil. So anyways, I did definitely get like a vampiric, you know, feel. It's an organ, right? Every time you hear that, like you're gonna think of like Dracula or something. At least I do. One thing that really stood out to me in this song was the percussion. It was super, well, prog, but it was like just very experimental. It felt like every part of the drum kit got used, if there was a drum kit. Probably not. I'm not sure if, God, what was FF9? Was that PS1? I'm gonna guess that was still the PS1. So maybe there was a chance that it was it sounded like real instruments. I can't tell, you know, sometimes like Nabu's quality was like kind of borderline. It was like, was it MIDI? Was it, you know, was it real instruments? I'm not sure. The organ solo, I think I already talked about that. That was really cool. I'm a huge fan of the organ, which is probably why I'm such a big fan of Nobuo Uematsu. Besides the obvious that he's just kind of like really, really insane, and he's self-taught like I am, and the way he composes is very similar to the way I do, with just kind of like constructing pieces together. But the fact that, you know, he uses so much organ, just to give you an idea how much organ I like, there's this hip hop instrumental artist that I like named Grammatic. You might have heard some of her stuff. It's Gramitk, instrumental like hip hop stuff, but it's really, really good. It's really musical, and the reason I like him so much is because he just uses so much organ. It's just like such a sound that you don't hear at all. At least I don't. And every time I do, it's just like, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And yeah, I mean, man, I already know what the comments are going to be like. I already know what the live premiere chat's going to look like. Oh, sorry. It's going to just be like, well, when are you going to start playing it? You know, when is... I'll tell you what. And calm down. You know, every time someone starts with that, you're going to... But this is just me being honest. Obviously, I have no time to do anything. And YouTube is my main gig. Twitch is like a little like side hobby thing, even though it kind of became like another side gig for a while. I own the game. It's just sitting in my Steam account. But I gotta be honest, man. I've heard, well now, okay, let me go back a little bit. The only song I've heard prior to this one was Vamos Allá Flamenco, and that one song made such an impression on me that it made me want to play the whole game. With FF7, it took a couple of songs, and then I was like, I want to play this. With FF8 as well, took 2. This one, it took 1. With this song now being the second one, I'm just like, damn it. You know, there's another 50 hours of my life that I have to commit to something. I don't know when it'll be, but here, I'll say this, because I'm beating around the bush. I guess I will officially announce that, like, since it's Christmas or whatever, that I will play FF9 on stream. I don't know when. I will realistically say sometime in the next, let's just say early 2023. Okay, there you go. Merry Christmas. That wasn't planned, by the way. I didn't like have that anywhere. I was just like, you know what? This song is sick. This is one of those where I have to hear it again. You know, it's gonna be one of those like classics. And you know, I can safely say that the hype lived up. You know, it was metal AF. It was cool. It was really, really melodic, and kind of didn't make it made me confused and curious, which is very good because that's what makes me, you know, dive deeper. So now I'm eventually gonna have to hear the rest of my FF9 requests that I have back there. There's more, but yeah, this is Dark Eternity, Dark Messenger, Evil Messenger. Well, like I said, I'm sure someone will spoil something, so I'm gonna actually try to avoid most of the comments, because obviously you wouldn't want someone to be spoiled and experience this for the first time. So that's it. Great way to start my Christmas marathon. Nobuo Uematsu does it again. One of my favorites for sure. I had no idea who this guy was a year ago, and now I'm just like, give me more. This guy's wild, and I hope he does another one. I hope before he retires. I don't know if he's officially retired, but I hope before he goes, he does one more FF game. That'd be sick. Okay, I'm rambling. Anyways, Thank you to El Shori Pang, Patrick, and CC the Reese for requesting that, and all the other comments on YouTube for the past year. If you want to make a request to me as well, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine if you do not mind waiting. The wait list is astronomical, and that's not even a joke. It's long. Okay, it's very long. But I'm only one person, and that's the way it is. If you want to avoid that line, there is the Patreon Platinum tier, which I provide. And a big thank you to my current supporters of that: Kevin, Patrick, Shadow Maxim, Vanadel, Turn Arclight, Kalinin, and Gardelane. And again, thank you, Patrick, for the Platinum. Well, until next time, dudes and dudettes, we continue this Christmas journey, and I will see you in FF9, whenever that is. I don't know what else to say. Great song, awesome, one of the classics, for sure. And till next time, dudes and dudettes, happy holidays, peace.